Walking Macau Streets. Dear Lord, show me a sign. Give me a map. Oh yeah.
Oh boy. We got a gruesome one, ugly one for you. It's a murder scene. 10 people were murdered. Actually, in this video we're gonna be trying to find out where, but there's some headline stories. I'll put those in the back so you can see exactly what was going on. They even made a movie about this one, and they called it, I think it was in Chinese titles, but it was like a pork chop bun. Let me see, human pork chop bun murder, because it was a pork chop bun restaurant apparently. So the movie, apparently, I didn't watch the movie, but he kills these 10 people and then he puts them into the food that he serves to the customers. But that's actually not what happened. So what happened was he killed the 10 people in the family, and then he disembodied their bodies and put them out at Haksa Beach out in the ocean, and then a swimmer found them, and then that resolved what happened to these missing 10 people. And why were they missing at all? Well, this is where the story gets interesting. I don't know if it's interesting or not, but it's kind of a gambling debt story. So basically one particular guy, this was 39 years ago, so that's actually interesting because it was August 1985. But 39 years ago, these two men, and I think the wife was involved as well, but they were involved with their gambling debt. So one of them lost $20,000, and then they made some more deals and more gambling. And then ultimately it was decided that, one owes the other one $75,000. That was the final debt, with all the interest accrued and all the stuff that they agreed upon. And so they agreed that, you have 1 year to pay off this debt, and if you don't pay me off, then the restaurant becomes mine. So 1 year went by, and the restaurant owner did not transfer over. So what happened was the murderer, he went to claim his restaurant, and apparently he had a broken bottle, and he grabbed one of the sons. There was 8 kids in this, and it was a 10-person family, husband, wife, and 8 kids. So he grabbed one of the sons and he broke a bottle and he killed one of the sons. And then once that happened, then it kind of escalated quickly, and he ended up murdering all 10 people of the Zheng family, Z-H-E-N-G in the English alphabet. And so all 10 were murdered. And they were mostly murdered by the broken bottle and also by strangulation. That's what I was reading about anyways. So anyways, enough of the gruesome story. You don't need to know any about that. I mean, you don't need to know any more that you can't research on your own or watch the movie or whatever you want to do, or read the headlines. But anyways, what I'm going to be doing in here is I'm going to try to find the restaurant. And so I have a Wikipedia page with 2 pictures. When I was there, I didn't see the other picture. So I was just kind of looking for this one picture. So I'm going to be going around with the one particular picture and trying to find it. But incidentally, I think I found it later because there's a second picture that's on Wikipedia, which actually gives more information to it. And I didn't show it in the video. But if you just watch the video, maybe you can try to follow it yourself. And then I'll give you the second picture later. And then you can, it becomes very clear. So anyways, you'll see that, and that'll be in the video as well. But mostly I'm gonna be looking around, so feel free to look around with me, because that's the whole purpose of this one, and see if you can match up what you think is the right one. And then in the end, I'll actually know what it is, and I'll show that at the end of the clip, so that you know as well, and see if you might have guessed it or not. And actually, it'll be a little bit challenging because the second picture gives it away more than the first picture. And I wasn't aware of the second picture until after the filming of that day, when I was looking based on the first picture. Anyways, let me just kind of show you the map as well. It's in this Victoria Hotel area. It's behind it, and you'll see very clearly, but this is the map behind me as well. So okay, let's get into it, and let's try to find the murder scene that happened 39 years ago in August 1985. Actually, the murder scene would be a bottle, but anyways, let's check it out. Okay, so this video we're just going to show you the Victoria Hotel, and we're going to go inside a little bit, and we're looking for where the 8 Immortals restaurant murder scene might have been, but it's I'll talk about that too. I probably already did, because I'm doing the preview first, and then we're going to show you what's all around here. Give you a little idea. This is called Era Preta. Anyways, we'll show you all everything that's in this area. Okay, so first thing we're gonna do is just come across over here to this park. It's called Triangle Park. And so the place of the murders is right over there, which we're gonna walk by. But we're also gonna give you some references to the other things around here, including the location. Estrada do Arco, that's the location in Chinese. And then down that way is Era Preta direction, and that's our Victoria Hotel. So we're gonna walk into that and kind of speculate about the location. And right across the street is this giant park. It's called Triangular Park. You got tall buildings everywhere as well. And we're also just kind of showing you the neighborhood. So this is Victoria. I did come in here another time, and I came with a good friend of mine, and we did try to find out where it might have been, but it's kind of open up to speculation. So this is the side view of it, and then this is actually, according to Wikipedia, there's a picture that we might be able to locate, maybe a little bit. I don't know if we can or not, but we're gonna try. Just to give you a little idea as well. There's a temple down that street, and this street is named after a temple, which is good. But we're gonna try to find a location of the 8 Immortals. So we have a picture from Wikipedia. And last I heard, it was a little bit difficult to find because I've heard different things. And what I'm gonna do first is just go to the outside. But I heard that most likely they just kind of hid it, that we would never really know where it was. But I'm gonna go into there in a moment. But I've also heard that it could be, you know, outside as well. But I think our picture looks like it's gonna be more inside. So the Victoria Hotel is basically this. There's even Victoria cookies now. And we're gonna go inside and kind of see what we can see in here. And so I think basically it's kind of a mystery, but we do have that picture. And I think I was kind of told that maybe it's in this area over here. But we're gonna just take a look. This is kind of where we're at. But I would think that the sign would be completely different. So let's just kind of walk through a little bit. So for some reason I got the impression that it could be in one of these areas. Like it could go connected to the main street. So this will go to the main street right over here. I'm just kind of walk in a little bit. So that would go to the main street. Looks like it's kind of wide. So if there was a banner, actually that banner, that banner looks like it's about that same width. But then there's two signs to the left here as well. So maybe no. Like obviously the signs would be different. but I think it's about that width. And we can also wander in this area as well. It's a little bit dark, so it's a little bit hard to see. This is kind of interesting because this one has a window, like a door. But then that one has that little thing up there. So maybe no. So we're kind of speculating and kind of seeing. That's the Victoria Hotel straight that way. But we're also assuming that this is the actual picture as well. May or may not be. Just like other ones have that same door structure as well. Okay, so we're gonna walk this way. I'm just kind of looking at all the different options here. So actually on the picture you can see that to the left there's two little things, which implies there should be a space for a sign to be next to it. None of these really look like that would be the space. Assuming this is the right picture. Is that a barbershop, is that? I don't think so, because that has a giant post in front of it. So that post would be in the picture as well. These look too small. Okay, let me just do a little bit of research before I continue. But this is the area that I assume it's in somewhere in this area. Anyways, I don't quite see. I think somebody just told me that it was this building, one of these two, but it doesn't quite look right. But I think somehow I kind of got the impression it could be this one. It's a little bit connected to the hotel somehow. But anyways, it's somewhere in here, so this would have been one of these businesses in here somewhere. I kind of tried to find that little two signs to the left and then the same size, so it's a little bit of a challenge. And I think I also heard from somebody else too that it could have also been on the other side of this hotel on the main street as well, so that's another possibility. And the thing that I heard the most though is that they tried to conceal it, you know, the exact location, because they didn't, it's not good, basically. So we might never really know. Because when you think about it, there's another business there now, and that would not be good for business if it was known that that business was the same as the other business. But it could also be one of those ones that's completely shut down. So what I'm going to do next is I'm just going to walk back towards this alley. And if you have some more information beyond what I have, then maybe you could share that as well. Let me know. But yeah, this is the outside of the Victoria Hotel, and I think that our gate was over here, so let me go a little bit further. And it could have also been anything outside of this as well, which I didn't look at very thoroughly, but it has to be kind of wide. Let me just kind of see here. So you can also see there's like some big band that could have been gone by now. So it could be almost anything, because they all have the similar look to them. And I'm kind of thinking too, I'm looking at that on the right, those two little pieces. So that could be something that's no longer there anymore. Definitely not. Anyways. Then you have some that are, you know, closed down too, right? So let's just kind of meander back in. I think it's not really wanting to be known as well, right? I did have another YouTuber, and they said my other video, they said what I think could have been in this location. Like this is a red sign. I think there's somebody that's mentioned a red sign, and there's a giant queue. Looks like it's a possibility, but I don't really see those other two signs to the left of it. Anyways, this is basically the location of it. So it would be somewhere in here. And I think from, yeah, that one guy I was off camera and I was asking and somebody pointed here, and I think somebody else pointed to this spot too. Is that possible? Let's see, is that possible? It could be possible. Like that could have been, there could have been a door right here, and then that could have been in a banner, and there could have been two things over here, I guess. Or it looks like it was all remodeled anyway, so it's hard to really say. Anyways. It's all speculation. But if you know, just timestamp it at the exact location. I think somebody did try, and I don't see that spot exactly based on that photo, but I'm going on very little information. So on that note, that's the Victoria Hotel from a distance. So yeah, somewhere inside of those ground floors behind it somewhere. Okay.
Yeah.